All right, everyone to your places.
We're ready in here, sir.
How are we in the studio?
Stand by, sir. Get the lights.
Yes, sir. Striking.
Quiet on the set, please. We're on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Arlington Weekly News. We have a great news program for tonight. I'm Daniel Pineda.
And I'm Richard Corus.
My name's Adel Kuo.
And Richard, like I said, we have a great news program tonight. We have our news stories, Adele, and
It's Easy Being Green.
Can't forget CBeebies, Denise Pringle, and her review of A Little Night Music, Seniors, and then Craig Nolan with his interview with Ray Antonio. But now to our social media announcement for tonight. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And yes, the number 1. Also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News, and also on the radio. Well, now to our first news story for tonight. A Northern Virginia Transportation Committee led by Republican John Cook is set to present recommendations for Metro on Thursday night. The reforms could affect salaries for Metro board members, ethics, and the possible contracting out of certain operations. Mr. Cook is expected to emphasize the fact that local governments in Virginia pay much of the bill for Metro as opposed to the state government payments in Maryland. The draft resolution includes a 12-member Metro board, which allows for 2 elected officials from each of the following Virginia jurisdictions: Alexandria, Arlington County, Fairfax City, Fairfax County, Falls Church, Loudoun County, in addition to a single state appointee. Richard.
On the other hand, a former U.S. transportation leader is recommending a 5-member board with state appointees, 1 member appointed by the federal government, and a chairman to be agreed upon by the other 4 members. The committee supports the requests by General Manager Paul Wiedefeld for more power in labor negotiations and a change to a federal law that requires arbitrators to acknowledge Metro's promises to local governments. It is believed that this will help keep spending under control. Maryland and Virginia's General Assemblies begin in early 2018, so the Commission is trying to head off potentially significant fare increases or service costs next summer. Daniel.
And now to our next story for tonight. The Arlington Weekly News is sad to note the passing of Leonard Muse, better known as Doc. Mr. Muse was 94 years old, having run the iconic Green Valley Pharmacy since 1952. He was regarded as an inspiration to the Knox community in which his store is located. He was born in Florida and served in the Engineering Corps during World War II. He used his GI Bill benefits to obtain his degree at the Howard University School of Pharmacy, and he graduated in 1948. In 1952, Mr. Muse and his partner Waverly Jones purchased the former Hyman's grocery building. 3 years later, he assumed full ownership by buying out his partner's share. Although racial segregation was still predominant at the time, Mr. Muse offered his services to all of his customers. He persevered through the turbulence of the 1950s and 1960s, and in 2013, the Green Valley Pharmacy became the first African-American owned business to be designated to a local historic district. Asked to sum up his legacy, Mr. Muse simply replied, "I worked hard and I tried to build a community." Mr. Muse will be missed, but not forgotten. Richard.
The Knox community in which Doc Muse located his Green Valley Pharmacy was very different from the area of today. Bounded by the Army-Navy Country Club to the east and South Walter Reed Drive to the west, it was originally settled by free blacks before the Civil War. In 1874, John D. Knox purchased 46 acres of land in the area for development and gave the community its name. Beginning in the time of slavery and continuing through the years of racial segregation, the residents of the Knox community survived by self-sufficiency. Community churches played an important role, and the community's first school was located in the old Lomax Church when it opened in 1875. More recently, the Knock area has become something of a melting pot for residents of diverse races, and it remains a growing, promising community. And now it's time for
It's Easy Being Green. I love that excitement. Thanks, guys. My name's Adel Kuo, and I'm here with mascot Joe Tree Frog. Cooler temperatures means it's time to switch gears and time to pick up a new volunteer activity this fall. Over the years, Joe Tree Frog and I have thrown out an open, ongoing invitation to join Arlington's RIP. That's RIP, or Remove Invasive Plants, the volunteer group that ripping out the nasty invasive plants that spread aggressively from our landscaped areas into our natural areas. Check out the Arlington calendar of events for upcoming RIP projects. That would be environment.arlingtonva.us/events. Joe Tree Frog wants to start the fall season with one of the first success stories of the invasive plant removal projects at Lubber Run Park. The story started back in 2005 when concerned residents of the Arlington Forest Citizens Association sought funding through the county's Neighborhood Conservation Program and contracted with Invasive Plant Control, Inc., that's IPC, for a multi-year invasive plant removal and management plan. The goal for the Lubber Run Park project was to become the first large stream valley park in Arlington where invasive plants are controlled to a level that can be maintained by volunteers and Parks and Rec staff. Lubber Run Park is 22.16 acres and located in a steep valley carved by Lubber Run Creek. It's one of 30 parks in Arlington's Remove Invasive Plants initiative. Hundreds of hours and years later, Lubber Run is now 95% free of targeted invasive plants and serves as inspiration to all those who are struggling to control their invasive plants on their public or private lands. After the removal of invasive plants, the native bloodroot wildflower is now slowly establishing itself in Lubber Run Park. And neighbors of the park are removing invasive plants from their own properties to limit the spread of invasive plants back into Lubber Run. Throughout fall, RIP volunteers and the invasive plant program staff will continue to battle invasive plants in other parks. And more news on Lubber Run. Back in July, the Arlington County Board authorized a contract to replace the Lubber Run Community Center with a new building designed to optimize green space, preserve existing trees to the greatest possible extent, use sustainable materials and systems, and offer an array of programs and services for youth, adults, and seniors. The board welcomes community engagement and encourages you to be a part of the planning for the new community center. For more details, check out projects.arlingtonva.us/types/lubber-run-community-center-project. Okay, we need a tiny URL for that. And remember, Arlington is committed to being green.
So many great news stories over there in Lubber Run.
Exactly. I don't know how far you live from there, but I don't get to go there as often as I like.
Yeah, but I'm sure that you'll go to some of these events in the future, right?
Definitely.
But thank you, Adele, for that. Now we go on to our CBeebies stories for tonight. There will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony at the newly expanded gymnastics facility at the Barkhoff Sports and Fitness Center on Wednesday, that's September the 13th. Bowing to popular demand, the facility has doubled its space for classes and gymnasts. The girls' team will have larger practice areas, and registration for the boys' team is expected to increase. The ceremony is scheduled from 5 to 6 p.m. and the address is Barkhoff Sports and Fitness Center. That's located at 4200 South 4 Mile Run Drive in Arlington, Virginia. For more information, give Laura Berrigan a call. That's at 703-228-3329. Richard.
The actual name of the next program is Survival Skills Bandanas, but our graphics operator can't resist a bad pun based on going bananas. as if anyone even says that anymore. Be that as it may, children between the ages of 8 and 13 years of age will have the opportunity to learn some surprising hands-on survival skills. A bandana can function as a bandage, a dust mask, or a water filter, and it has other uses as well. There is a $7 registration fee for this program, which will take place on Friday, September 15th, from 4 to 5 p.m. The location is Long Branch Nature Center at Glen Carlin Park, 625 South Carlin Springs Road, Arlington, Virginia. For more information, call 703-228-6535. Daniel.
Thank you, Richard. And now to our next story. For those of you who eat and who doesn't, there will be a special presentation called Back to School Healthy Cooking Families Unplugged. Don't worry, we promise that no actual families will end up getting cooked. Instead, you will have the chance to learn how to create tasty and healthy recipes such as smashed white bean and kale quesadillas, kaleidoscope salad, pumpkin fruit dip, strawberry no-bake energy bites, and, Richard, much more. On to you, Richard.
The class is open to participants ages 5 and up. It is designed to give families a chance to disconnect from electronics and other modern distractions and to rediscover the enjoyment of participating in creative and recreational activities. Since this is a family event, children must register with an adult. The cost is $8 per person. It will take place on Saturday, September 16th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and the location is Walter Reed Community and Senior Center and Park, 2909 16th Street South, Arlington, Virginia. You can also register online or by phone using activity number 730018. The phone number is 703-228-4747. And now it's time for Denise Pringle with her review of A Little Night Music.
Arlington's Signature Theater has developed a national reputation based on its relationship with Stephen Sondheim. They opened their 28th season with their 28th Sondheim production, A Little Night Music, directed by artistic director Eric Schaefer. It is the first time Schaefer has directed this musical. Taking his time to attempt this endeavor has really paid off. This production is perfection. Schaefer has assembled a dream cast of mismatched couples. Holly Twyford, in her first musical, is a delightful Desiree Armfeld, who finally realizes she wants her former lover Frederick Ergman, the engaging Bobby Smith, in her life permanently. That means Wilt Gartshore's pompous and jealous dragoon, Count Carl Magnus Malcolm, her current lover, must rediscover his long-suffering wife Charlotte, played by Tracy Lynn Oliveira, with an emphasis on her humor. Frederick's virginal young wife, Anne, and his frustrated son, Henrik, are left to consummate their long-repressed urges and run away together. Even the servants, Petra and Frid, shine in their moments in the spotlight. In addition to these shifting couples, the cast includes a chorus of 5, the Liebesleiters, and Desiree's still glamorous mother, Madame Leonora Armfeld, Florence Lacey, who prophetically tells her granddaughter Frederica that the night will smile 3 times, once on the young, once on the fools, and once on the old. Set in Sweden in 1900, A Little Night Music is based on Ingmar Bergman's 1955 film, Smiles of a Summer Night. The dreamy waltz-like quality of the music is highlighted by one of Sondheim's most popular songs, Send in the Clowns. As Desiree sings, "Isn't it rich and isn't it bliss?" the answer is, it certainly is. The show is exquisitely sung, expertly acted, splendidly costumed by Robert Perziola. The elegant set by Paul Tate DePoe III is masterfully lit by Colin K. Bills to make it look even more impressive and stylized. Musical director John Kalbfleisch and choreographer Karma Camp are frequent collaborators of Schaefer, and once again they've made wonderful music together. Be sure to see A Little Night Music at Signature by October 8th. You'll leave thinking the night has smiled on you. I'm Denise Pringle. Now back to the news desk.
And thank you so much to our Denise Pringle for her review of A Little Night Music. Sounds like a good one, Adel.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Well, now to our next story for tonight. We're going to do our senior stories. For seniors who are interested in keeping up with the 55-plus events, we now report a problem, but also a workaround. The schedule of events linked under Arlington Parks and Recreation or parks.arlingtonva.us/adults-55/seniors-activities/ has not been updated for September. No senior events are listed for the remainder of 2017. Seniors who still want to know what events are coming up can click on the link for the PDF file for recurring events, but the PDF guide hasn't been updated either. Arlington Weekly News has called their office to report the problem. Richard.
There is another way to keep up to date on upcoming events. Go to https://parks.arlingtonva.us/events/. You will find the updated calendar of events starting in September and running sequentially forward through the end of November. Unfortunately, this schedule includes all events, not just those for seniors, so you may have to search a little longer to find the 55-plus events you want. Daniel.
Thank you, Richard. Well, here's an example of one such event. It's called Deep Dive Bird Migration, and it isn't just kid stuff. It's a deep dive into natural history that does more than just scratch the surface. You'll get answers to questions like, why do birds migrate? When do they leave? How do they get their destinations? What toll do the trips take on their bodies? Migrating birds from warblers to shorebirds to robins will be explored. It's as much information as you can get without being a bird yourself. The registration is required and costs $5. The date is Thursday. That's September the 14th. The event is 8 to 9 p.m. and the location is Gulf Branch Center and Park. That's located at 3608 North Military Road in Arlington, Virginia. For more information, just call Ken Rosenthal. That's at 703-228-3403. And now we're going to go on to our Craig Nolan. He has an interview with Ray Antonio. Take it away, Craig.
Any day, forever to stay, coming your way. When the game of love's been lost, nothing you could do, but then the time will come, you meet someone meant just for you. Right around the corner, waiting patiently for you. People break each other's hearts, they do lots of crazy things, then try to find a fresh new start. Hope the future brings that love to last forever. A dream come true. Go on, keep searching. Your what love is coming your way. Hang in there, be on your guard. There's someone headed your way. I know what I say. Now when you see things clearly, with neither doubt nor make-believe, be glad whatever happened has only set you free. Coming when the flame of love is lost, just fire it up anew, because this time you've found someone who truly cares for you. Just around the corner, dream come true. Hold on to dear heart, there's someone who loves you completely. Time to stop searching, 'cause my love will hold you at bay, coming your way. Hang on, dear heart, there's this someone who loves you so dearly. Time to quit searching, 'cause my love for you will hold you at bay all the way from this day, forever to stay, coming your way.
Nice, very nice. Thank you. Anybody else out there you can applaud as well? That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Coming your way for your niece's wedding, you did that.
Yes.
Very nice. Well, in talking to you before, do you before we came into the studio here, do you play other venues or besides open mic at IOTA? Do you play around?
All around. Whatever is available every day.
Yeah. And do you play any other instruments, or pretty much?
Pretty much.
Guitar is pretty much it.
And very rusted on piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those lessons were back there a ways. Well, that was wonderful. I really enjoyed that coming your way.
Yeah.
Do you mostly just perform by yourself? Do you sing with a group or harmonies or anything like that?
I've encountered some shenanigans, as I say.
Some shenanigans.
Some
musical shenanigans.
Yeah. Friends who play great violin, play great.
That's nice. So you have some collaborators.
Collaborators
from time to time.
Saxophone. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's luxury, because it's not, it's luxury to have them, to have somebody, you play with somebody.
Yeah, well, it's a luxury to have you here. Do you have something else you'd like to do for us? Another original, perhaps?
Yeah.
All right. Praise on.
My friend lost his friend maybe 20 years ago to a car accident, and he had this poem, and I said, "Can you make it into music?" And I said, "Wow, okay, thanks for the confidence, And I've tried it in the morning, tried it before going to bed, and I sleep on it. But one evening, I was filled with the Spirit, I was looking at the lyrics, and maybe I had 14 beers,
Maybe.
Filled with the Spirit. But anyway, I tried something, and I was so happy in the morning because I remembered. Because sometimes you get something in the evening, and then
It
You
goes
try it in
away.
the morning. You,
Right.
how did I do that?
It's
you
not
know,
the same.
yeah,
Exactly.
It's gone. Just hoping it comes back.
Awesome job, Craig. Always does such a great job with
Yes.
his guest, Ray Antonio. Awesome guitarist.
Yes, we heard him
Yeah,
at
we
the
heard him.
IOTA.
Yeah.
IOTA.
So that
Last
was
week.
fun. Yeah,
He's so talented.
He
just has
is.
such an ear for it and just so natural.
exactly. No, that was a lot of fun. Way to go.
Something that's also fun, Adele, is the deep dive bird migration. Again, you can contact Ken Rosenthal at 703-228-3403, and we were talking a little bit about it, right?
Well, I think Easy Being Green might have to make an appearance or cover it.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, those bird migrations are incredible, that
Yeah,
journey.
I'm told they can sense variations in the
Oh,
Earth's
Is
magnetic
this a giveaway?
field. And
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and so they have like their own little natural GPSs
Yeah.
that take them anywhere.
That's very cool.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
And all of these questions will be answered too. I mean, how their bodies will be and all of that stuff and how they can actually migrate, right?
Yeah.
So, and any other tidbits and other spoilers that you have, Richard?
Oh, let's see. I dream of a world where chickens can cross the road without having their motivations questioned.
Or their being.
Yeah.
So it's all about the birds tonight.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here at the Arlington Weekly News. We hope that you enjoyed the news program for tonight, and we hope to see you next week here at the Arlington Weekly News. Thank you so much, guys.